Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. Yep.
That's the name. That's the name of the week. That's the sports name of the week, and it should not be at all. I have
No,
no
it
clue
shouldn't.
why. Colin Kaepernick is the person that we are talking about in 2024 when it comes to playing in the NFL or playing football. Period.
He's not playing football.
Oh.
Well,
No.
there were
You're
two
wrong.
things.
There's three things. There's three. What are your two things?
Well, my two things were the Chargers coaching situation, and then he wants to play on the 2028 flag football team.
So this all started with he wanted a chance. He wants a chance to play in the NFL.
Well, I mean that's kind of clear, given
No.
his.
It was clear like a couple years ago when he
Sure.
all that stuff.
Do you know Tavon Austin just retired? I thought he retired 8 years ago.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that, like it'd be in Tavon Austin. That's a completely different story. But
no.
Colin Kaepernick in 2024, thinking he would get a chance at any spot on a roster, is probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
After what, 6-7+ years not being in the league? Yeah.
About 7 years of not being in the NFL.
Yeah.
My guy, you're 36.
And it's not like you're an Aaron Rodgers 36.
No. Colin Kaepernick
you're not
was
an
known
MVP
for his,
level 36.
He was known
You're
for
a
his
Cam Newton
athleticism.
36.
He was known for his athleticism.
Yes.
That Cam Newton deserves another chance before Colin Kaepernick
Agreed.
does. Fucking after what Joe Flacco did last year, he deserves a chance before Colin Kaepernick does.
I forgot all about Flacco. Where is he
now? Indy, I think.
Yeah,
if Andrew Luck didn't lose all that weight and wanted to be in the NFL again, he deserves a chance before him again.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell, if Tom Brady wanted to come back and want a spot on the roster, he could come back.
Agreed.
I'm just saying, for him to, and we'll talk about the Olympics, but for him to think he has any chance to come back.
I mean, he's had tons of chances, and he's blown all of them.
Bro, it seems like half of the league now, like backup quarterbacks are former first-round picks.
Sure, yeah.
Like, he does not have a spot.
No.
There's
you have Mariota as a backup everywhere, honestly. And
Jameson Mariota has been on the roulette table for every team as the backup quarterback, back-to-back first, second picks of a draft.
Like, exactly.
And you got a lot more.
And if RG3 wasn't hurt, spilled some beans. But yeah, if he didn't get hurt, he'd be a backup at this point.
Were those beans?
RG3 got fired
from
ESPN.
Was there any reason to it, or did he just get fired?
Not yet. But the thing was, they were saying he had 2 years left on his contract or whatever.
I mean, ESPN has layoffs and shit. They
also ESPN fucking blows.
Didn't they let go of a bunch of people like not that long ago, or not that long ago?
Well, like
a year or two ago.
A year ago, when they were changing everything, adding the McAfee show, and just kind of clearing house, they blew a lot of people. But
all right, but back to Kaepernick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Do I have some let's be real. We don't have that big of a I'm not gonna say we. Like, when I say we, I just mean like the people I know, people I'm around. Do they care that much now, or even then, about what Colin Kaepernick was doing?
No.
It's like not that serious.
No,
it wasn't that deep.
And I mean,
go ahead.
The problem with it wasn't necessarily what he was doing, but it was like how much of a problem it caused for shit ton of NFL teams who at that time probably didn't want to have to deal with PR issues out the motherfucker for a kind of decent quarterback at the time.
But I feel like also
his situation sucks or whatever, but I mean, he had a ton of opportunities where he could have made it better and just continued to make it worse.
Oh, and also and his wife. And also, I mean, when he did what he did, I mean, there were probably 100 conversations like that began
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with what it was about, what he was, what
Sure.
what the reasoning behind what he was
Yes.
doing, and conversations being had.
Yeah.
At
So
most
you don't
most
support the
times
troops?
there were just no correlate, or
Yeah.
but then it just turned into racism and just
Yeah.
this and that, and it's like
Yeah.
God,
It's a lot.
it turned into like just hardcore like Republicans versus Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it
And
turned
everyone
into,
was
and it
like,
was like,
dude, we're done wearing Nike. It's like, shut the fuck up.
and then people,
Everything you have on is Nike, you fucking
people
idiot.
but everything kind of moved on. But you got to also remember that I don't think it had it. Look, if it was, let's say, let's think of an average. Give me an average quarterback.
Mitch Trubisky.
Okay, that's a Mitch Trubisky to me is probably worse than Kaepernick, but I'll use Mitch Trubisky as that example. If that was him in that same role, probably would have got his ass booted.
Oh, for sure.
Like I think it was way
It's not
more.
like Colin Kaepernick was on top of the world peaking.
Yeah,
Like he had been past prime for a good bit.
I mean, I was having this conversation earlier with somebody, and I was saying like Lamar could pretty much take whatever political stance he wants, and he's
He's the
not
starting
going
quarterback.
anywhere,
Exactly.
and it just wouldn't
Mahomes can
matter.
say whatever the fuck he wants. You just had a fucking kicker
Dude,
say wild shit.
the Chiefs kicker can say
You
whatever
just
he
had the
wants
kicker saying wild stuff.
because he's a kicker.
He's a kicker.
He's a kicker.
And no one really gave a fuck.
He
I mean,
probably,
they gave a shit, and then he's now the highest paid kicker in the
he's
league.
probably one of the only NFL players that cuts his own grass. I mean, it's just
It could be. Probably not.
Probably.
No.
Well, not now after that contract.
There's a ton of corn-fed linemen
Yeah.
who are cutting grass.
Yeah, it's probably frozen over half the year. But anyways,
Sure.
but
yeah, I mean, shame on Harbaugh for making this such a Mickey Mouse fucking thing that they got going on over there, and trying to bring him in as a coach and do all this shit and all I see is these fucking dumb videos of like Harbaugh pulling a sled and shit. Like, look how involved. It's like, fuck off. They're gonna go fucking 7 and whatever the fuck, and no one's gonna give a shit.
I have hope. I mean, I have higher hopes. Emphasis on
Sure.
hope.
But I mean, you're working with 2 fairly injury-prone running backs, 1 very injury-prone. You're working with 4 young receivers, and I mean, yeah, you got a good quarterback, but the defense still lacks.
But like, I'm gonna tell you like why like he's just not gonna be a coach for the Chargers.
Also, Justin Herbert's basically a better quarterback than Colin has ever been.
Well, I mean, to me, that has nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is the attention, the unnecessary attention he would draw.
Okay, but I don't know if Harbaugh wants that or not. You know, he's an odd guy. Maybe he's trying to take it off the Michigan stuff. Maybe this is a cover-up.
Bro, they're not asking him no Michigan questions about this. They got plenty of other questions to ask him about this Chargers team. But if he's sitting there with Colin Kaepernick on the coaching staff and they have a chance to ask Colin Kaepernick any questions, half the questions are going to be, well, do you think you could like come back and play? How do you think you'd be today? It's like, bro,
it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit.
Like, you know, we have Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
It's like we don't need to talk about
tier quarterback.
36-year-old Colin Kaepernick and his chances on returning to the NFL. And look, I know we said what we just said, but he did piss off America.
Sure.
And to think he's gonna trot on Team USA at 40 years old,
no,
and
not
be one of the quarterbacks,
and then wave the flag. You can't do that, and then be like, yeah, this is the shit I'm gonna do. I love it. I love my country. I love being 40 years old. Like, we're talking about like the best football players in the world being on this flag football team. Like NFL good players.
4 years from now.
Like, we're not like Colin at best could play on a team this year. There's no way he's making it past this year if God forbid he makes a team.
He's not making. Dude, don't even.
No, I'm aware, but
There's no fucking way he's making a
I'm
team.
aware, but he won't be on. I mean, I don't know. He's a guy who likes to say stuff and put his name out in the news and whatever. But
I don't know. I just think he's an absolute idiot for thinking that he's going to be even an option in today's game in 4 years when he's 40
he could go back
playing.
up Sam Darnold.
Yeah, no, he can't because there's plenty of former first round picks that can go back up Sam Darnold.
Sure.
And that's another name, Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold was supposed to be nice as shit. What is he doing now? Bouncing back
Yeah.
and forth from
How about
team to
fucking
team.
Josh Rosen?
How about
Guy played 2
literally
years.
anybody else but Colin Kaepernick that's
Agreed.
been drafted in the first round in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
And you give them a chance. If all of them got
I mean,
a
we saw
chance,
what Baker did when he had a chance,
yeah, and that's
opposed to stupid Kaepernick who wanted to fuck everything up.
and if Baker was in Cleveland or Carolina pulling the same shit that Cap was pulling, he would have got his ass sent home too.
1,000%.
But it's just I don't know. My memory might be hazed from when all that shit happened, but I just feel like it wasn't even necessarily the like we said, it wasn't what he did. It was the backlash, the responses to it, and then like the doubling down, the quadrupling down,
Yes.
like the just like
The failure to let it go. Instead, he continued to harp on it like it was now his thing. And it's like, if you're
which
going to take on this political challenge, then yeah, you're going to stop being a football player. Like, it's not what being a football player is about. Yeah, you can make it like that, but you're not going to play football.
you see you see, but that's the thing. Like I can't say that. Like I
No,
can't say
I'm
like you
not saying
can't.
that you can't take a political stance as a football player, but something took more of a priority than the other.
Okay, yes, that's a way better word than that.
Yeah.
I agree with that for sure. Okay, Colin Kaepernick not returned to the NFL. I'll mark that off as pretty much 100%.
Can we put that on our bingo card?
Is that the last bingo? We needed one more space.